SBM Live, subscribe, speaking boxing. SBM Live, subscribe.
What's going on, Kenneth? It's Kenneth, SBM Boxing. From course, subscribe. Let's speak boxing. Before I speak some boxing, I'm going to go ahead and drink some kettle. Pour me definitely some kettle. I'm not too much of a vodka drinker whatsoever, but my preference, I definitely like kettle. I mess with Ciroc as well, but I like gin. I like the Bombay Sapphire. That's my favorite gin and tonic. I also like Tanqueray as well. But as far as when it comes to the vodka, my personal preference, like I said, I'm a kettle drinker. I also like Ciroc. I'm not too big of it. It's straight, but I don't mess with the Goose. I don't mess with the Crystal Head. I'm a Crystal Head. I don't mess with the Finlandia. I don't mess with Absolute, Smirnoff, or Belvedere, or anything like that. But just, yeah, I'm definitely all about kettle. But anyways, guys, what are we going to talk about? We're less than a few hours away from the Bradley and Rios fight. That's definitely taking place in Las Vegas in the Thomas Mack Center. Bradley's coming off with a good purse, nearly $2 million for this fight. But there's been a lot of controversy. I seen the press conference and everything ramping up to this fight. But it looks like, Bradley, the media got the best of him, A lot of controversy surrounds the simple fact that he got with Teddy Atlas and left his long-term trainer, Joel Diaz. And just his management decisions. It seems like definitely the media got the best of him. Leaving Diaz and hiring his wife as a manager. In the press conference, he firmly stated that he's no dummy. He was talking about he doesn't even know how many houses he has, how many cars, all his shit that's completely paid off. Whatever the case may be, you can sit there and justify what you want. But at the end of the day, I'm listening to your words and what's been said. And he's not looking in Brandon Rios' eyes. He's staying humble. He's staying very, very calm, cool, and collective. He's playing that role. He's trying to be really, really professional. He doesn't want to get on that level. But at the end of the day, he's eating him up inside. I can see it. He's pissed. Even when he spoke his words, he's out there just blasting out, just letting people know how much money he got. But at the end of the day, it's not about that, A lot of people want to go ahead and trust your word. They want to, they question where you at mentally, psychologically, and emotionally, more than anything. But not to get in his business whatsoever. He did justify saying, you know what, I'm a smart man, this and that. Just for instance, hiring his wife as a manager or whatever. He's saving 10% off the top, having his wife represent him as far as management side of things. But everyone knows it takes money to make money, and especially when you're on that caliber and things like that, you need somebody to know what the hell they're doing, someone with experience. I know that's wifey and shit like that. That's perfectly fine, but you don't mix business with, personal and business. You just don't do that, especially when it comes to your family. Every athlete out there, every business person out there knows that you need professional experience representation. People that can negotiate, people that can make moves. And it's not even make moves. They can rub hands, shake hands and rub shoulders with the right people. People that know people in that industry. It's who you know. And I know you have the trust and you have the loyalty when it comes to your wife and stuff like that. But, whatever flips your boat, man. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry. There's no way that you can put your wife in front of these guys out there in the boxing world that knows what the hell they're doing. I don't care if, you sat there and you told your wife to study and learn everything. There's no way possibly you can learn everything, man. There's no way unless you know how to negotiate, unless you know how to firmly speak and you know how to rebuttal and things like that. You can't do that whatsoever. But anyways, I don't want to talk about that whatsoever. But I want to talk about the weigh-in. I want to talk about my prediction coming into this fight. Timothy Bradley was ripped, as he's always have. He's always coming into shape, coming in for the weigh-in. Now, Brandon Rios, on the other hand, besides when he stepped into the ring right before when he fought Manny Pacquiao, he was completely trained. He was completely ripped. He had like almost a semi-6-pack and things like that. He actually had like a 4-pack. But since then, I haven't seen Brandon Rios that too much in shape. He was actually overweight coming into this fight by 0.2 pounds, overweight of the welterweight limit of 147. And matter of fact, he looked a bit skeletal, I would say skeletal is the right verbiage because he looked completely drained. He looked completely out of it. Bradley was 146 coming into this fight. Like I said, Rios was a little bit overweight. Rios is 33-2, 24 KOs. and he had 1 hour to go ahead and drop the weight, which he did. But like I said, he looked completely dry. Now, Timothy Bradley coming in this fight, he's 32-1 with 1 draw, 12 KOs. Will be ready either way. This guy, he basically said it. With Teddy Atlas in his corner, he's ready for any game plan. And Teddy Atlas is definitely not taking him not taking him lightly whatsoever. He knows Brandon Rios is no joke. Brandon Rios packs a punch, and this guy's going to keep moving forward and forward and forward. In the press conference, at the win, they had the odds and stuff like that. The odds favor Timothy Bradley. But, Bradley's too smart for that. Teddy Atlas is way too smart for that. Yes, Rios is the underdog in this fight, but I actually like this fight. I definitely like this fight. I think this fight right here is just basically, it determines on what the outcome. It just really, really depends on what what Bradley steps into the ring. I also like the co-feature fight. You got Lomachenko coming into the ring. He's defending his WBO featherweight title. That's going to be an exciting fight. But I really want to dig deep down into as far as Timothy Bradley coming into this fight, because Rios has nothing to lose. Rios has one style only, and that's basically to stalk you and smother you and blast you with some bombs, and that's basically what he does. That guy's a fucking warrior. He definitely has a chin. As far as Timothy Bradley knock out Rios, I definitely don't see that happening. He has a great style. He has a great pressing style. And unless you're fast and explosive in and out and actually boxing all 12 rounds, there's absolutely no way you're going to knock that guy out. The Bradley itself, I got to look at his track record. He's coming off a unanimous decision victory against Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas is definitely no slouch. He had a tough draw, which I personally thought he beat Diego Chavez, but it is what it is. But he did suffer a loss against the rematch fight against Manny Pacquiao. So at the end of the day, I don't want to talk too much about Timothy Bradley's resume and stuff like that. You guys already know all that. He's been in some wars. He's fought top-notch opposition. He knows what it takes. But one of the main things, he looked magnificent. He looked excellent, superb when he fought Marquez. Even though Marquez thought he won that fight, that's bullshit. Timothy Bradley put on a technical clinic. He fought smart. He fought his fight. He implemented that game plan perfectly. He boxed. He was in and out. He was quick on his feet. He used all angles. He utilized the ring, defensively tuned. His counter was definitely there. His jab was definitely there. He took a guy like Marquez completely out of his game, out of his realm. But if you take one fight before that, the Prodnikov fight, which at that time I understand, Bradley was out there to prove something because a lot of people, it was that upset that he pulled off and they gave him the fight against Manny Pacquiao for the first fight. Media was messing his ass up. And he took Prodnikov and he wanted to go to war with Prodnikov, and that's the wrong guy to go to war. He didn't listen to Joel Diaz throughout the whole entire fight. The first couple rounds in that fight went well, but as soon as he was trying to brawl, Prodnikov got the best of him, and he almost lost that war. He almost lost that war. He actually had to go down on the knee, because if not, it would have been dangerous. If there would have been another round or two, I would have gave that fight to Prodnikov, because Timothy Bradley was completely out of it. But at the end of the day, what's my fight prediction coming into this fight? I like this fight. This is going to be a good fight. This is going to be a really, really good fight. I think Rios has a lot to prove. He definitely didn't take his training lightly. He's definitely going to press and give it 100%. He has bombs, and he definitely has what it takes to knock out Timothy Bradley and finish him. If Prodnikov was able to get to him, but I know it just depends. Like I said, it depends on Timothy Bradley. Timothy Bradley has all the tools. As long as he sticks and moves, utilizes the jabs, very, very explosive, but don't sit there and trade. If you sit there and you stand firmly right in front of Brandon Rios, then, lights out. I just don't see it happening. He needs to use that Marquez approach. He's going to have to outbox him, and that's basically it. Be sleeker than him. Brandon Rios is not that fast whatsoever. Stay away from fighting in the inside, because if you try to fight in the inside and you try to smother Brandon Rios, that's his angle. That's his game plan. He's going to completely annihilate you in that fight. I like this fight. I think it's going to be definitely a close fight. Teddy Atlas, he's definitely experienced. He's a veteran in the game. He knows what it takes, and he's very, very technical when it comes to his training camps. I watch some of the footage and stuff like that. He's completely transforming Timothy Bradley. And matter of fact, Timothy Bradley, I hate to say it, he looks better. He definitely looks better. So a lot of people question his trustworthiness, question his loyalty. But at the end of the day, if Timothy Bradley made a decision to go ahead and switch to Teddy Atlas, that's his choice. That's nobody else's business. He got what he got out of Joel Diaz, and sometimes it's repetitive. You only can learn what you can learn. From there, you got to step it up and switch trainers, which I don't blame him. Look at Miguel Cotto. But then again, Miguel Cotto, I question the opposition that he's been fighting and stuff like that. But he has, he's come back to his roots. He's utilizing the jab. He's utilizing the hook, which is basically his prime time tool. And Freddie Roach is brought him back. And Freddie Roach has a more of a boxer, using angles, utilizing the ring, being more defensive, being more offensive. If anything, being more offensive and throwing more combinations and being explosive. So having a different trainer is always that jump for you. Even Floyd Mayweather Jr., when Floyd Mayweather Jr. was getting caught with some punches that he felt that he shouldn't have got caught with against Miguel Cotto, he had to get his dad back into his corner and say, look, let's go ahead and step it up. So when he went ahead and fought Canelo Alvarez, he was quick on his feet. So, Mayweather always has, different people train him. He has his Uncle Raj, and he has Mayweather Sr., But at the end of the day, it's going to be a good fight. This Kenneth SBM Boxing. What's my fight prediction coming to this fight? I'll give Timothy Bradley on the scorecards. I don't see Timothy Bradley knocking him out whatsoever. But after this fight, I would definitely like to see Timothy Bradley take on the likes of one-time Keith Thurman, take on the likes of Kell Brook, take on the likes of Sean Porter. That's the fights that Timothy Bradley needs to be fighting. And I'm just speaking just from a boxing fan's perspective. I'm not talking into the promotional side of things whatsoever. But as far as Timothy Bradley coming up to 154, there's no business why he needs to be doing that. But anyways, guys, this is Kenneth SBM Boxing. From request, subscribe. Enjoy the fight. Let me know what you guys think. Have a good one.